Hi everyone, my name is Nosemj. You are welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a first-time viewer, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And to all of my returning subscribers, thank you for watching this video. Guys, this discussion we are having today is not something that we usually do. It's far from the regular, I'll say, but kindly indulge me, because when I saw this news, I just felt it heavy in my spirit that I needed to have this discussion with you guys. Maybe because it's happened to a nurse and a Nigerian. I mean, the history behind the incident, I just really felt that I needed to talk about it. I came across this news on Twitter. A nurse made a tweet about it, and a lot of opinions were flying here and there. I just felt, guys, chill out. You know, when things happen to you, everybody suddenly becomes an advisor, the most wise. Everybody becomes King Solomon on top your matter, and you're not even there to defend yourself, right? So I needed everybody to chill out. This was an accident. Accidents happen. Accidents are not planned. I mean, that's why it's an accident, right? The second reason why I decided to talk about this was that I realized that not a lot of people, or not a lot of nurses or staff in the UK are aware of the options that are available to them to take care of themselves in the UK. Maybe not many know about this. Some don't even know the amount of annual leave that they are entitled to, or the several other leaves that they are entitled to, or resources that they are entitled to access. Not many people know. And this is why I thought, let's have this discussion today. So for those who don't know me, I am a registered nurse in the UK, and I've been practicing in the UK close to 4 years now. In fact, it will be 4 years in July. And ever since I've been in this country, I can boldly say that I have not been admitted. I have not been sick. I was sick during COVID. I wasn't even admitted. I'm getting somewhere. I'm just trying to make some point, right? I live alone. I'm alone in this country. I don't have any family. I do have friends, but I've never been sick. And this is not because I don't, make unhealthy choices, or I don't have some bad habits, but there are just certain things that I don't joke with, and one of them is my health. One thing I have observed from we foreigners in this country, when we travel abroad or any other place, is that we have this Ozu culture, that when you come abroad, you're supposed to work, like work, and no rest. Some people believe that you're not supposed to flex. You are abroad to work, not flex. They don't have time for that. They are brought to make money. Also, ego money. That's what they are brought to do. So there's no time to rest. That is what I've observed from many of us. And I just need us to relax. First, let's talk about this incident. So this nurse was on her way back from a night shift, and then she had an accident. Some people said, oh, she should have packed and take a nap and then wake up and continue driving. Good idea. But it was an accident. Who said she didn't have enough rest? Maybe she had some other illness, other health history that we do not know about. She's not here, unfortunately, to tell us about it. Okay? And there's also another health condition called narcolepsy. I hope I am correct. In this health condition, rather, you these people doze off maybe while talking or while doing something random, especially while driving, without even knowing. The next time they're waking up, they're probably waking up in a hospital and they're like, what happened to me? They just doze off and the accident happened. So it could be an health condition, it could have been anything, but then it was an accident. I'm not here to really dwell on this. I really want to say my sincere condolences to this family. I hope that God grants the family this fortitude to bear this loss, because it's a big loss. From the information I gathered from Twitter, she has a 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. I'm just here wondering what is going to happen to these children. It really is sad. Really, really sad. Guys, please, I understand where we're coming from. I'm a first child. I'm the first child out of 4 children. Yeah. First child, second born a boy, third born and last born girls. And I can tell you that I can relate a lot with the pressure of wanting to meet up with responsibilities back home. You're responsible to your family, your loved ones, your relatives back home. You want to make a good life for yourself. You want to have properties and a whole lot. But please, you can only do this if you are alive. You can't do it if you are dead. This is why it's really, really key that you make your health a priority. Please, prioritize yourself. Make your health a priority. One thing I always tell myself is I work so hard and I need to take a rest. I don't have a family here, so if I fall sick, who is going to take care of me? Who? Nobody. Everybody is working. Everybody has a busy schedule. They are working. So your friends, not intentional, they cannot leave their full-time job, what is paying their bills, to come and look after you. They have to work. They have to work. So you really need to prioritize yourself. You need to prioritize your health. One of the benefits that you're entitled to as a full-time worker in the UK is, one, you're entitled to sick leave. Use it. You're entitled to sick leave based on how long you've been working with the employer. Yeah, your band, maybe you're on a banding level as a nurse. And where can you find this information? What is a sick leave? Sick leave is a leave when you're sick. So if you wake up today and you don't feel too well, you simply call your hospital or call them if they have a third party that is in charge of you reporting sickness, and you let them know that you are ill, you cannot work, you cannot go to work. An episode of sickness is 7 days. 7 days is one episode. So if you go 2 or 3 days out of 7, it is still counted as an episode. Okay? Usually when I am sick, I want to rest properly. Most of the time I am sick because I need to rest. So I am having joint pain, muscle aches, because I need to rest. So I just get some muscle relaxant and I rest. So instead of going just 2 days or 3 days, most of the time I go 7 days because I want to rest. Either you take 3 or 7 days, it is still counted as an episode. Okay, you are entitled to it. In this is, you need to space sickness. You don't when people say, am I planning to be sick, you are not planning, you're not planning to be sick, right? But you can plan to take rest. Okay, one thing you cannot do when you're on sick leave is you cannot walk. You should not walk anywhere when you are on sick leave. Sick leave is not for you to take sick leave and go off and walk. I've heard of an instance where a man who was on sick leave and he decided to go and walk, thinking they will not know. They found out and he was sent back to his country. So please, sick leave is not for you to go and walk. Sick leave is for you to take care of yourself. So you are entitled to sick leave. If you're consistently sick within a short period of time, maybe like back to back in like 3 months, maybe you had an episode in, say, January, and then you have another episode in February, and then another episode in March, it will flag up. And it will flag up to your manager. Your manager, they will call an informal meeting. They will want to know why you were off sick, because they want to know maybe there is something they can do to help you. They will ask you about it. If it happens again, then you might actually need to, they might step up the level of, investigation about your sickness. Maybe it's something more that we need to do for you, and it might end up escalating up to the HR. So this is why when you're sick and you're really ill, if you need to extend your sickness, let your managers know. If it's not a very serious incident or a very serious sickness that you just need to rest, you just need to take some break, please take the break. It's really, you have the right to it. Okay, so make use of it. The second kind of leave you're entitled to is maternity leave. Of course, that is for people that are pregnant and they need to take care of their children when they give birth. Okay, this is a leave that you're entitled to. It's about a year. It depends on you. You can use the whole year, you can use half, because you're only paid in full for the first 6 months, I think. The next 6 months is not in full or thereabouts. I haven't had a child. I'm not entirely very 100% about that. The third one is bereavement. Let's say you lost a loved one and you need to go home. You need to be there for them. There is bereavement leave. You are entitled to bereavement leave to go home and look after yourself or take care of your family if you need to. The fourth type of leave you are entitled to is carers leave. I don't understand. People call in. I've heard of, I've had a colleague who called in sick because our pet, a cat, was not feeling well. I needed to see the vet doctor. So if animal is very important, why not taking yourself important? Why not prioritizing your health? So I said we have carers leave. With carers leave, if maybe your child is sick, or your relative, your sister, that it's usually a direct relative or someone that is living with you, that you are their guardian, is sick, it counts as a carer's leave. So you call in and you can take carer's leave, I think about 3 days or thereabout. Please access this leave. Use them and take a break. Depending on how long you've been working with your employer, like I said, you can take sick leave. Like some people go off sick for like a year or two, depending on how sick they are, their condition. Some people go on unpaid sick leave. Now, the other thing that really affects people's health is, like I said, your hustle culture. Please try to minimize the amount of overtime, bank sheets that you do. Try to minimize it. Overtime is when you work extra hours. Maybe you're supposed to finish at 6 p.m. But somebody is not coming in early, or you had so much work to cover and you're unable to, leave on time, then you do overtime. Or they say maybe if you work in the theater, now they can say a release is overrunning and they need people to stay to finish it. Depending on where you work, please don't do this too much. If you need to go home, if you're already tired, you need to go. We are different, and our coping threshold is really different. So don't do this too much. Don't do this all the time. See, it's not exactly a lot of money. People think that is a lot of money. It's not exactly a lot of money. The difference is not so much. Except you are working with agencies. Agencies are the ones who pay so much more money. But normal hospitals, NHS, the difference is not always very, very significant. By the time HMLC, the toxic boyfriend, takes theirs, there's literally nothing left. So please prioritize yourself. Okay? Bank shift, minimize it. One extra shift in a week is okay. It's okay. Yes, you have to pay bills, you have to send money home, but please, if you die, your family will live. That's just the honest truth. They will live, they will survive. Life will continue without you. That's it. Real matter. Life will continue. So please look after yourself. Take care of your health. You cannot pour from a empty jug. You can't. So you need to fill yourself. Continually fill and refill yourself. The other day I wasn't feeling too well. I called that I'm feeling sick. I think I had COVID. And I was feeling sick. I had to call in sick and not go to work. When I go back to work, we'll talk about it. So please, make out time to take care of yourself. Go out, chill, relax. Even if you're not doing anything, just take time to do nothing. Be at home and sleeping and eating, waking up, resting. Okay? Please, your health is a big deal. Your health is really, really a big deal. Look after yourself. Accessing healthcare in this country, even though they say, oh, it's free healthcare, number one, is not free. It's not free. Number two, it's subsidized, and it's so difficult for you to even get an appointment. Talk more getting to have a procedure or seeing a doctor. It's really tough. Really, really. So please look after yourself. The other thing I wanted to talk about is generally in the UK, nurses are overworked and underpaid. I work in the theater and I might not be able to relate so much, but I've got colleagues that work on the ward and they talk about how short-staffed they are, how busy they are, and there's nothing being done about it. At least if you're working so hard and your money or your pay is matching up, it won't really be much of a big deal. But why are you working so hard but your pay is not matching up? Why? Our pay is not matching up. So really, nurses get so worked out, even on a normal regular shift. Normal regular shift. Talk more now adding an extra shift, overtime, a bank shift to it. Normal shift is they're already overworked. Overworked. Please really take time to say no. Learn to say no sometimes. Oh, are you available to do this? No, I'm not. I'm not available. There are options since the government. Sometimes I always wonder how they are able to pay agency staff so much, but we the regular staff, we have refused to increase our pay. Who is really benefiting from this agency business? Somebody is benefiting. Somebody, higher powers, are benefiting from this agency business. Because why Will you pay an agency nurse like £47, £60, £70 per hour, and your staff, you're barely paying them £15 per hour? Why? And then most of the time, you, the real staff, end up doing most of the work. That's it. This is what happens. So how are they able to pay that much? And don't tell me about, oh, and they're not entitled to pay pension. You guys get pension, you get sick leave, you get blah blah blah. Crap. Even though, so is that why we're not entitled to decent pay? No. We need a change in the UK. Many keep wondering why nurses keep leaving, why we keep going somewhere else, why they keep leaving the UK. Well, one of these days we'll talk more about that, but this is one of the reasons. Overworked, underpaid, undervalued. I think I've come to the end of this video. I hope that you picked one or two things. I know that I'm just to some of you I might just not be making sense, but I really hope that you picked one or two things, and I really hope that you prioritize yourself. Next time we'll go back to go back to what we usually talk about. I just needed to pass this message across to you guys. Stay safe and please take care of yourself. Bye.